Hello and welcome to another episode of BlokeTalk. I'm absolutely honoured to have one of my closest friends from high school, Daniel, who has flown all the way from America to join me specifically for this.
Yeah, it'll be.
So there's going to be a massive expenses claim at the end of this, but no, honestly, absolute privilege and honour. Daniel has been my friend for 30
Been
plus
yeah.
30
Oh my
plus
goodness,
years.
yeah.
I think, in fact, because it's September, we first met about 33 years ago. That's how long it's been.
Yeah, 1989.
Yeah, 33 years ago. So that's how long our association goes back. And when I've been thinking about people I'd love to kind of feature on this channel, Daniel's name was way up there because he's a person who is just an incredibly nice person. He's all heart. If I could think of one person who of all the blokes I've got on my contacts list, he's probably number one in terms of just being an overall nice guy, honestly. And what I thought we'd do in this format again, just kind of ask Daniel if he has had kind of any challenges to his mental health, recently, in the past, and crucially, if he's managed any kind of self-management processes or techniques. The whole point of this is to encourage other men to not be ashamed or stigmatized to talk about things. And it doesn't matter, how little or large one may perceive the issue to be. None of it is insignificant. So, Daniel,
Hello.
Can you recollect any time in your life where you felt a bit down and?
Sure. I think we're all human. I think if someone says they've never had a bad mental health day, either they're a guru or they're lying to you, and I think probably lying to you. Well, I shouldn't call people liars, but
That's how nice he is.
but I think
even though they are liars, but
yeah. We all have ups and downs. I mean, I would say more recently for me, like probably a lot of people during COVID. It's probably the same in America as in England. Lots of lockdowns, and I was living in Kansas City, which is right in the middle of America, and I moved 2,000 miles to Boston. Got there March 1st, and by March 16th, everything was locked down. Didn't know anyone. Working from home. I was thinking, oh my goodness, this is a bit different, and so a bit isolated, and so yeah, I guess maybe that's a bad example, but yeah, no, I think we've all had bad. I've had them myself. I think as I get older, as I get more mature, hopefully, is that I think the biggest lesson that I've learned, is that just because you're having a bad moment or a bad day doesn't mean your life's over, your life's terrible. I think not too good. I think most people say, "Oh my goodness, I've had enough of this," and but I don't. I think if you start going down a really dark place, just stop and just take a minute. I found going for walks help a lot. It might sound cliched, go for walks. I know British people love cups of tea. I don't really like tea, but if my dad's having a bad moment, I'll go, let's have a cup of tea. Like, just step back, find something you like. I like listening to music, like going for walks. I like watching stupid movies, like just movies that make me laugh. I think laughter. And we were talking off camera, so I don't want to steal Jawad's don't steal your thunder. Yeah, still don't want to steal your words, but being grateful for what's in your life and not counting your blessings. I think when you're grateful for things, you get less stressed. And I find really, in America we call it self-improvement. Like you go to the bookstore, there's a self-improvement section, whereas in Britain it's the same section is called self-help, and it's the same thing. But I think there's lots of mental health books out there, and I think they're all going to come up with these strategies. Some strategies say, get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, do 2 hours going to the gym praying, then go to the work out and do your to-do list and everything, then 9 o'clock in the morning go to work. But if people could do that, it's great. But if I did that by 9 o'clock, I don't want to go to bed. So I think you just got to be human. Just got to listen to yourself. Something I didn't do very well as a youngster, and I still don't do very well, is sleep. Sleep is very important, and I don't get enough of it. I try and burn the candle at both ends. Good night's sleep if you can do it, or I find playing on my phone's bad because that'll keep me up. And I realise this is going on social media, so I'm a bit I'm trying to think of the wrong word now. I'm being not clear. I can't think of the right word, but social media is not a good. Don't.
No, I get yeah.
Facebook and stuff. It's not people giving their best lives or the versions of their lives. Don't compare yourself to that, because that's not real. I mean, you see so many celebrities with a good Instagram page or whatever, but behind it,
with all the filters.
The filters and stuff. But behind the scenes, they're breaking up. So don't think Facebook's real. I mean, there's some real people on there, like Joe, what you're doing. This is real, but I don't.
No, I totally get it. I mean, I think you've kind of hit the nail on the head. I think sometimes people, to alleviate their own kind of mental health, they will aspire to look at what's perceived to be better out there, but then they feel even more miserable, and it's like a vicious circle. Because you're feeling down, you'll go on to social media to look at what good looks like, but then you'll think, bloody hell, that good is way out of my league, and then you'll feel even more down than you did before. So I totally get it, and the whole point of this is, whilst people are scrolling, hopefully they'll scroll across something like this, which is kind of raw. It's no filters, so I'm as bad as it looks, unfortunately. Daniel's kind of definitely making it a bit more glamorous.
Thank you, Joe. That expense report's been cut off at this time.
Thank you, mate. But that's literally what it's about, and you've absolutely spot on. There's just one thing I kind of picked up on. I know you kind of I think you might have, when you were talking about the move to Boston, I think there was something I picked up on where you almost you definitely felt down, but then I think you said on camera that I think you almost belittled what you went through. Now, what I want to just emphasize is, and re-emphasize is, and that I think is just because of your nature. You're trying to think, well, there's worse situations out there, but honestly, what you went through, I probably couldn't have gone through that. Someone else couldn't have gone through that, and you got over it, and you got through it. And that's the critical thing.
Well, I think there's a part. I've lived in America now for half my life, so I've become Americanized. But I think the British have always got the stiff upper lip.
Yes.
And you got the amount. Men don't talk about
toxic masculinity.
Yeah, that's it. I think we were talking about social media. I think the biggest thing is not just interacting with your friends online. And lockdown's different, so we couldn't, maybe the best we could do was FaceTime. So I'm not talking about that in general, but I think you might have 1,000 friends on Facebook, but I'd rather have I've got maybe I'm blessed with my friends, but I'm not counting. But there's only so many close friends you have, or And those close friends, you know, be with you thick and thin, and it's what you say. It's like being able to open up, being vulnerable to your friends, and letting your friends be vulnerable to you.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know, I'm being, I'm having words. My brain's
It's not that coffee we've just had, is it?
No, but obviously I'm talking on a video which you're going to post. So I know it's, but I think you got to be careful. This is going to sound bad on this, but I think you got to find the right person to open up to.
Yes.
You don't want to open up to Mr. or Mrs. Blabbermouth, who's just doesn't have your best interests on.
They've got to have an emotional maturity.
Yeah, there's some things that you want to share with your friends that you don't want to be like, oh, I'm going to live stream this. Like, but no, you're right. You're right. You know,
I totally get it.
Men, I think we all have our issues. I think sometimes, like, taking inspiration, like, I like watching movies or reading books on real life people. I mean, I never met him, but Winston Churchill, if I'm understanding his biography, I never met him. He suffered from depression. You know, he suffered from it a lot. I think he called it his black dog. But he functioned. You know, he still found a way to function. And I'm going off at a tangent here. But what I was to say is, and he could. Some people, I don't know, revisionist historians, some people like to say Winston Churchill is blah blah blah. I still think he's one of the greatest British people ever to have lived, and he definitely led us. He led the fight against Nazi Germany and all. So for me,
he's the right person at the right time.
Right person at the right time. And you wouldn't think of him as being weak in any way. So we've all.
And yet he had all these vulnerabilities.
Yeah. And so I think it's natural. I think another good thing I learned, you know, is realizing that if you're having bad thoughts or feeling down, it's natural. You're not the only person to have had these thoughts.
Yeah.
You won't be the last. And life isn't probably meant to be all bliss. Maybe, you know, maybe if you're high roll and everything, but I think it's impossible to be bliss. I think if you live in bliss all the time, then you're going to get bored. I don't want to say bored of it, but maybe it's a better class of boredom. But it's like variety, and it's like
I think it makes us human. I think that's the whole point. We're human, and we have deficiencies. But that's the beauty of being human. Is you make mistakes, you learn from them, you go through various episodes, and again, you know, depending on how you react to them, it kind of either emboldens you to do better. So for example, if you go through some bouts of, you know, poor mental health, for me anyway, you can then see certain signs in other people, and I feel better when I then go out and help someone. And look, you know, I'm not Mother Teresa or anything like that, but you know, there's nothing better than like thinking, well, I've been through something, this person, he or she might be going through something similar, you know, can we help them in any way? And it's that feeling, and it's only because of that perceived bad experience that you're then able to say, well, I've potentially helped someone.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you can help people, and also I think if you can learn from them, because I'm going to get in trouble here if this goes on in the UK, but I think in the UK there's a big, especially in men, I think there's a big pressure to drink and out and
lad culture,
and I think alcohol has its place, and I'm not teetotal, but I can't drink as much as I used to. I won't even want to try.
Yeah.
But I think I realised if I drank a lot, I don't want to swear on this, I won't feel so nice the next day.
Yeah.
So I don't drink as much anymore.
Yeah.
And so maybe learning from it, like if you find you're drinking a lot and it's making you feel bad, stop the drink. I mean, that's it. So I mean, it sounds cliched, and it's not easy in England, I know, because there's a lot of pressure to drink. Every advert, everything's we're always around the pub or whatever. But it's okay to be you, and it's okay to. Everyone's going to evolve over time. Like how old are we now, Gerald? 44?
18.
18. 18. And I don't know. Who knows how long you got, but you just got to try and live your best and help others. And I think we're all on, it sounds cliched, we're all on a separate journeys, and we're all at different stages. And like the Buzz Lightyear song, sometimes you're ahead, sometimes you're apart, but the race is only really with yourself. That was a Buzz Lightyear song. I didn't come up with that.
Classic.
That just came in my mind. But you can't. Even your best friend, you might. I've had some really good friends. I'm not going to name them, who I thought were in a really good place, but it's another thing you were talking about. You can pick up on people, right? That you can pick up something's not quite right. It's having the guts to ask someone, "Are you all right?" But don't do it like in a pot, Do it like a coffee place or something. Just checking in on your friends,
and reiterate that message. Don't just ask once. Say, "Are you really okay?"
Check in with your friends, and have your friends checking you out. I had some friends during lockdown. We texted, "You doing okay?" I'm like, we just have check-ins, and it wasn't like anything like grand. It was just letting know they're thinking of you and you're doing all right, and it's important that
100%. Because you never know, at what stage someone's mental health is dipping, and you just catch it at the right moment, and you just give that person a little bit more of a reassurance that someone is there for them. And it can just be, like you said, a trivial message, a quick call, whatever it is, but it's just, look, I'm here for you.
Yeah, because I think whenever I've been in a bad, it can spiral, It can be from, my coffee's not so good, to, my life's a mess. I know I'm being a bit silly there, but it spirals, so you just gotta...
Yeah, absolutely.
100%. I don't know. I've got no key. I'm human. I'll even after this conversation, even after all your good advice, Joe, I'm still gonna have my bad moments.
Man.
But I'm more good moments than bad, and just try to handle the. As I get older, I find the humour in things. Like if you.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
This isn't.
Seeing the quirkiness in things.
You're like, I don't know. You get. This is a silly, trivial example. But you go and have your bad service somewhere, think, when I'm in my 20s, like, I'm going to type an email to someone or whatever. But now it's like, that was a funny story I can tell someone,
Yeah.
Just kind of got to see it. There's some things you don't want to find the humour in, but being able to laugh at life is
absolutely. I think it was the other day where someone did a little bit of road rage on me. So they kind of cut into my lane, and then for whatever reason I think they got through to they went through the lights, I stopped, and then there was a big van who they overtook me, and then they were right on their tail. I was just laughing to myself because they were one of these white van type vans, and I could just imagine what the initial road rage is like, thinking, "Oh crikey, this guy's giving me some grief."
Karma, it's real.
And I was just laughing to myself, honestly, and it sounds a bit sad, but it's these little things in life which sometimes just cheer you up.
It's like, this is totally offshoot, but I think Fawlty Towers happened because the Monty Python people, they were staying in a hotel, and it was really bad service. Half of them left, but John Cleese and someone else said, "Well, this is brilliant." They stayed for a weekend, and they got an iconic TV series out of it.
Got the script for the full series.
So fantastic. It's things happen. Things happen in mysterious ways. And sometimes, if you get depressed about things that happened that you hoped either it wasn't meant to be, or it just hasn't happened yet. Or something's better is waiting for you.
Absolutely. I'm going to sort of conclude on that. I'm going to sort of just cleverly link a couple of things together. So you said you like music. You mentioned, life works in mysterious ways, which reminded me of the U2 song.
Misty.
So, and you know, you're a U2 fan.
Yeah.
So that's kind of something I remembered. And on that note, I'm gonna sort of wrap up. So goodbye from Daniel.
Bye.
Hopefully we will see him again.
Yeah.
In the future as well on a future Bloke Talk. But thank you for watching, and over and out from me and Daniel.
Take it easy. Have a good one.